year, you know, Jackson Brown came in and helped us out, and it was a great show. We had a blast, and Jackson's done stuff for me like this, and I did a death penalty thing with him on the coast a few weeks ago. One of the coolest things about my job is I have gotten to meet most of my heroes, and I've very rarely been disappointed. In fact, twice, and I won't go into that. Yeah, deep breath. It was funny, that's why you have to know that. I grew up in a town with 5 Air Force bases, and my next door neighbor for a while was this couple, and the lady, it was like, I was completely fascinated with music, and most of the music that I was fascinated with came from England. And I knew enough by the time I was, 8, 9, 10 years old, that there was, more than one city in England. I just was into records that much. And so I was talking to her one night, the first time that we got together, and she said she was from Manchester. I said, oh, you know the Hollies. There's just some bands that stick with you, and then I grew up to, by the time I was in high school, the first Crosby, Stills and Nash record came out, and then, the Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young right after that, and I spent a whole summer, me and 2 friends of mine, doing nothing but sitting around with a guitar. So we didn't play a single gig, we just sat around and sang harmony and drank really bad wine, and smoked some pot, and I probably... I listened to both of those records recently for different reasons. I think I ran into in a club. I ran into a copy of Deja Vu on vinyl in the green room of this place, and there's a pool table, and we put that on. And we're shooting full, listening to the whole record, and it's this is music that I grew up in a time. Part of the reason I'm who I am is I grew up in a time. My dad wouldn't let me have an electric guitar, but there was really great music that was about songs and being made on acoustic guitars by the time that I grew up. And so I listened to this gentleman in various configurations for as long as I've been doing this. Last year, after Jackson came into the show here, we were all, myself, Jackson, and Graham were in Australia at the same time, and I was talking to somebody about the benefit. He said, hey, if I'm in New York City, and if you need me to come do it, holler at me, and I did, and he suited up and he showed up. Would you please make welcome Graham?